Hi guys, this is part two, and hopefully I'm going to just be concise. It's not a talent of mine to be concise. But when I was talking about goals, I want to piggyback on that. Because, again, if you're really going to go forward, you've got to set goals, you've got to have something to measure. And I have been very guilty of, again, being a little bit random this year. You know, when I look back, I knew when I first started working out with Jay this year, I knew that I wanted to get fit and buff or lean. Did I set a goal, a specific goal? No, I didn't. So, you know, and then you get all of these life things that happen in the way, and it's easy to get sidetracked. And then you're like, fine. And if you don't pay attention every day, and if you're not measuring your progress every day, then something can happen where, you know, it's a change of season. You go to put on those jeans from last year, and you're like, and that is not fun. So whether it's measuring yourself or weighing yourself or you know, taking pictures, do that to track what you want to do. And then the big thing is, once you set your goals, you have to understand and you have to get yourself to the place where you absolutely believe that you can do it. Because I will preach this again till the end of time. I used to be somebody that was so insecure. I know you're probably looking at me going, Kelly, look at you. You're so fabulous. How can you be insecure? Well, trust me. Ask anybody that hangs around me. When I try something on, I feel fat. I won't leave the house. And when I was married, trust me, there were a couple times where I'm like, nope, not going. And he was like, Kelly, come on, you look fine. I'm like, nope, I'm not leaving the house. I have a zit right here. And to me, when I have a zit or something, literally, I feel like I'm walking out of my house and there's a big spotlight from God on me. And there's a commercial like that where somebody I think was going to eat alone, but I think I have a spotlight on me and everybody's like, oh, look at that girl over there. Do you see this zit? Or, you know, if I think that my jeans are tight, I seriously think up here that the entire world is talking about my butt. Seriously. So believe that you can do it, because once you believe, it's a lot easier to not stop. Again, when you get those dream stealers. But you've got to believe in yourself and then just live. We always say in sales, you got to assume the sale. And that's what I do. I truly, when I meet with people in business, I absolutely do not believe they will say no to me. Usually they don't. But if they do, I just stalk them, like I told you. So they don't end up saying no. Sometimes they call the police, but, you know, I'm friends with the police too, so. But anyway, you really have to believe in yourself, and you've got to surround yourself with positive people. But set your goals. Get the mindset where you believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, you know how you do? You start, again, what am I going to say? Feed your mind. Start reading books. Read Jack Canfield. Read Zig Ziglar. Read John C. Maxwell. Those are some of my favorites. I mentioned that Bruce Wilkinson book. Start reading books, and believe me, before I started reading these self-help books or personal development books, yeah, I used to be in Borders and walk by that aisle and go, but what kind of a person was I back then? It was a lot different. I was a lot more self-serving, self-centered. I had a lot less people in my life, and my life was a lot less spectacular. And I'm not kidding when I say spectacular, I'm not being funny. My life is spectacular right now, and it gets better all the time. The people that I've met, through my work, through being on this blog, through reading all of your blogs, I mean, that's a blessing. I can't even imagine. I mean, it's just, it's amazing. And I'm meeting people that are of a like mindset, that are positive, that want to help other people. You know how great it is when, I remember earlier when I was going through a job change, and I ran into a colleague I hadn't seen for a while, and the first thing he said to me, he's like, what can I do to help? And that's the way it should be. That's the way, you know, I'm so flattered when you guys write into my blog and when you ask questions and you follow up with me. And I want to make sure that I do the same, because why wouldn't you? And on that note, here's a little side note. There's a couple people out there, I'm not going to mention any names, but I think it's really, really rude if someone comes to your blog, and I'm not talking about anybody of you. I'm talking about that I've gone to a couple people's blogs and I've left sincere comments like, you know, great job, wow, you look amazing. And it's not like I'm even saying, because there are people out there that that's all they do. Hi, check out my blog. I don't care. If you don't want to come to my blog, don't come to my blog. But if I go into your blog and say something more than one time and give you a compliment or encourage you, and you don't even have the decency to like reply, that is so rude. I can't even believe that. I can't believe that there are people out there like that are that inconsiderate. Like, that's like somebody showing up to your house with a gift and slamming the door in your face. And they do it again and again and again. So, that's a side note. But anyway, I did start listening to Jack Canfield, The Success Principles again. Great book. Guys, if you get the book or the CD, it's fantastic. A lot of it is about goal setting. A lot of it is about, maintaining responsibility. And Jack Canfield really has an amazing story. Highly recommend it. So I'm listening to it in the car. I'd already read it, but I wanted to listen to it again, and Cynthia snaps out to you for telling me about that. But first chapter, he's talking about, really in order to be successful, you have to have 100% responsibility. And you might think, well, what do you mean by that? But I think, especially in fitness, that's really important. You know why? There's so many people in this country that want to, whine and complain. I'm overweight, I'm not fit because I don't have time. I'm overweight because I got 7 kids. I'm overweight because I have a thyroid problem. Oh, I don't have, I have to go to work at 8 and I get home and I've got kids. Okay, here's what I say to that. I'm hearing a lot of this, and I want to hear this. Because that's a bunch of bull. Okay? And don't look at me and go, oh, Kelly, you don't have kids, you don't have a husband, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I work about 18 hours a day, and I'm not joking. I get up now about 6:30 in the morning, I go to bed about 11:30 at night, and aside from my workout, I'm working the entire time, okay? I'm working for a day job, I have consulting that I do, I have now other ventures that are needing my attention. I'm working all the time. And you know what? I have laundry, I have cooking, I have cleaning, I have all the same stuff to do that everybody else does. We're all busy. So don't make excuses. You have to understand that where you are in life, whether it's with your body, your relationship, your marriage, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your financial situation, your relationships in general, your work, whatever it is, you are there as a result of your actions. Some things happen to us, yes, but if you can generally look at your life and say, okay, I'm in a sucky job, I hate my job. Well, guess what? You usually only complain about things, and this is what Jack says, you only complain about the things that you generally can change. So if you're complaining about your job, or your marriage, or your relationships in general, or where your body is, guess what? You can do something about it. And I have had every medical problem known to man, except for my legs falling off or my head falling off, I think. So read past in my blog and I'll tell you. And I haven't even gotten into, all of the other stuff. But, I was laying in a hospital bed having an appendectomy, and I got a call that my husband, at the time, canceled my health insurance and sold our house. You want me to go on? Seriously, I've had every excuse in the world to get depressed and whine and complain and give up and say, oh, I think I have a thyroid problem, or I think it's just my metabolism. I don't believe God made us that way. Some of us have to work a lot harder. Unfortunately, I'm one of them, because read my blog. I've had to try to adjust my freaking diet about 8 trillion times, but you know what? It's working, and it might be a combination of several things. It might be a combination of my diet and again, my body adjusting to the pill, and my working out or whatever, but I'm willing to put in the time. So you've got to accept responsibility that if you want to change something, it starts with you, period. Okay, if you don't like your job, quit whining, get on LinkedIn, get on Monster.com, start networking, if you need my help, let me know, I can help you, this is what I do. Market yourself, brand yourself, get yourself out there, do something different. You want to just get through and live a mediocre life and just trudge through work and just get through the day? Who wants to live like that? I get up every day and, believe me, this economy, I just had 2 friends of mine lose their jobs this morning. That bites, but you know what? I'm doing all I can to help them, and I know that they'll do all they can to help me if it became necessary. So take responsibility for where your life is and everything in your life. Decide what you want to change, and then decide how you're going to do it. And anybody that wants to sit around and whine, I don't feel sorry for you, because you know what? I don't feel sorry for me. And believe me, there's times when I start, and my mom will smack me out of it, and Miranda will smack me out of it, and Sherry will smack me out of it, and that's why I love them, because I wouldn't become a better person if I didn't keep picking myself up when I fall down, and that's what you got to do.